scary. Go on, busted. Kodachi gone. That'll be my, so I just need a rod for this. Alright, this is a pretty exciting day. We're down in East Gippsland, so we've travelled down from Sydney to a system I've never fished before, but I've always wanted to, and we're chasing a few bream. So there's black and yellowfin bream in this system, and we're testing out some of the new dialer hard bodies, specifically this guy, the new Infeet Kodachi. And we're going to take you through a bit of a day on the water today. We'll run you through what we're using, why we're using it, and the kind of areas that we're fishing and kind of break them down. So we're out at the front of the system, as you can see. It's absolutely raging through here at the moment. The current is absolutely roaring. We're poled down on the flats and there's heaps of yellowfin bream behind us. So let's get stuck in. I've tied the lure on. Let's go catch one, eh? Yellowfin. Try and get over here so I can pull down. Yeah, silver he is. That's epic. About the same size. Quite hard in the current. Oh. In the current it's fights so hard. Oh Jesus. Oh, that was in my finger for a second. Oh, perfect release. That could be stuffed here. Oh, that's a decent one too. Oh, he's in that. Oh, go on, busted. Oh. It's a big yellow. Big yellow. Yes, look at that. That's epic. He's a chunky one. He's skinny, but he's big. On the Kodachi. Alright, so we're just working in the front of the system, just caught this beautiful yellowfin. Just throwing around the Kodachi, bait fish profile, just dredging into the sand. There's all this kind of ripples in the sand from the strong current, and the bream are just sitting behind them. waiting to see what swims over the top. So we'll put this big girl back, try and get another one. Okay. Oh, there's one. Oh, yes. All right, so when it comes time to picking a rod for this kind of fishing, or particularly fishing a little hard body like this, I love something a little bit shorter. So this is actually a 681 LFS in the Infeet range, and it's just got the right amount of tip. So when you're twitching your lures, you can impart really precise movements. And I pair that up with quite a long leader and braid setup rather than a straight through. So I like a braid and leader setup for twitching, but I use quite a long leader, so up to three or four rod lengths at times. So 681 LFS, perfect little twitch bait rod. Geez, they're not real fight. It's like they don't know they're hooked in the current. They don't fight real hard. I saw him come and eat that. A bit worried about that stick in front of us. He's in the current, I can't move him. He's a big one, dude. His hook's pretty good. Got it right in his nose. He's maybe not quite as big as that last one. He's solid though. Yeah, he's pretty big. Look at that for a yellowfish. Donkey. That's epic. On the Kodachi. That's the bloodworm colour. I saw that fish eat it. I was just working along, came over one of these ridges and that fish came up behind it and just pecked it. It was awesome. This is great fishing. I'm just going to make a quick colour change. That morning fog's died off now. So I've gone from bloodworm, which caught a nice fish. They caught a 37 this morning. But I'm just changing it up to more translucent colour. So it's got a much lighter coloured back. And now that this sun's up, I think something a bit lighter colour, a bit more matching to the water clarity, we'll get a few more bites. So they're following, not really committing. We can see plenty, so we'll see if the colour change gets them. Yeah, there's some up there. Yeah, they're super spooky. Let's try and go out the front, eh? Alright, so that sun's really high now, and they've kind of gone off the bite. They've gone a little bit skittish. So we're going to use the moment, we've got a high tide right now, so we're going to try and push as far out to the ocean as we can. So I think there's a channel up this side, so we'll scooch on over and see if we can get out the front. Alright, so we've made it out the front, we've made it through that channel. There's about 1,000 fish mooching around there, but they're really skittish on this slack tide. So I think what we're going to do, we'll fish for a little bit out here, we'll do one drift, and if that doesn't work, we'll push in, fish for some black bream for a little bit, wait for that tide to turn, and that dirty water will come out of the lake, that tannin water, and I think it's going to be absolutely on here on a run out tide. So we'll fish here for a little bit, do one last drift along here, and then we'll push into the lake. There goes one. See, they're still up on the flat. Double clutch? Yeah. Are you? Hard to beat, are you? I reckon, are you? Alright, so we're back down the front of the system, tide's turned. We ran up the lake and tried to catch a few black bream. It was a little bit quiet, got a few but nothing too special. So we're back down the front now, the tide's turned. We can still see plenty of fish cruising around on these flats, but they're proving pretty hard to catch. So we're going to try this for a little bit longer and then call it a day. So got a little double clutch 48 on, just twitching it around the flats. Hopefully one of them decides to bite and we'll end the day on a pretty good note. So see if we can get a bite. So we're working this little flat at the mouth, and there's quite a lot of little depressions which are, have a bit of weed in them. So you can see them with your polarized sunnies, and we're just picking those out, and those depressions are causing little eddies, and that's where the bream are sitting at the moment. So we're just working the hard body through them. Just had a bite then. See if we can't convert one. Oh. Yeah, that's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Don't go near that log. Yeah, that's a cracker, man. That is giant. This is a big one. It's proper big. That's a big yellowfin. My spot's so hard in this current. Here he comes. Oh, he's just hooked. Shake your head like that. Here he comes. Look at that. What a yellowfin. That's enormous. On the double clutch. That was a sick bite. He's a solid fish. Every part of 1 kilo. Be close to high 30s, 44. That's another big one. That's another big one. Not that big, not as big as that one, but he's good. Yeah. This side. The big yellow and the double clutch. Might be a black bream actually. I'm just making a little lure change. Caught a couple on the double clutch 48. Just changed back to the Kodachi in this kind of natural AU kind of colour. And we'll see if we can get a couple more on this to finish out the day. Let's do it. Some fish around and they're big. I can see them right there. Yeah, I can still see them all up there. Double uni.
What else is that?
Kodachi gone.
How many is that for the day?
A lot. 3. Okay. You got him. Got a little fish. Geez, you couldn't have timed that better. Check out what that big yellowfin did to this double clutch. Absolutely crunched it, had it all the way in his gob, and he's put a big old dent in the plastic. That's awesome. All right, just finished up. We've pulled the boat out. That concludes our day in East Gippsland fishing the new Infeet Kodachi and double clutch 48. It's been a ripper day. Hope you learnt something. If you want to check out the new lures, make sure you hit the Dial website. Until next time, we'll catch you next time. Why did I say that?